And then an older looking woman sits beside you. And she says, "You're Crux, right?" Dr.
Crux?
Vivian Gray.
Oh. And what is this? What does she look like?
I don't have a picture of her, but she's kind of silver haired, white woman, short, really short, like used to be a gymnast. So she didn't grow that tall. She's probably in her 50s, if that, but she's very pretty. She's kept herself in really good shape. But she has a look behind her eyes that kind of makes you wonder, what the hell is going on in there?
Yeah. Uh, Crux was not going to answer. Was not going to. You don't answer when people ask you questions like that unless they say something. That's like asking what size shoe you wear. Like, looks over to this woman and then hearing Vivian Gray. What are you a doctor of?
Sports science.
Word. I know a couple folks like that.
You don't know a couple of folks like me.
Well, I think I know a lot of folks like you now, but I know what you mean.
I will warn you that your friend will be in pain.
What happened?
She kind of takes a breath in and she kind of catches herself and chuckles as she takes a breath. She's like, haven't done that in a while. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting that response. And then she goes, Calliope's mother is dead.
Crux's eyes go wide, like wider than the moon at night on a summer night, just absolutely reflecting everything. The blankness probably that's coming from Dr. Vivian. How?
And she kind of turns her head and looks at you. She's like, you seem hurt by this too.
Crux is squeezing the bench. Like, I'm assuming it's a wooden bench, if not like a metal one.
Oh, yeah, it's cracking under you squeezing it. It's like, I'm going to need you to stop that just in case someone comes by.
What happened to Miss Mac?
Oh, you knew her. That's unfortunate. The apartment that she lived in apparently burned down.
Reaction, pure reactionary. Like hand, like near her, not trying to touch her. Kind of understands a little bit of that. It is like hand almost through the bench, probably.
And she kind of takes your hand a little bit and guides it to your lap.
My family lived in that building.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It burned down?
Along with everyone in it. And she kind of awkwardly pats your leg. And she goes, there. And she kind of thinks about what to say here. And she goes, eventually, as you're one of us, everyone dies.
Oh, I'm sure. But not like this. Who did it? I'm sure that's why
I don't know.
And that is when Crux loses interest in this woman. Pulls back. Composes himself.
We are waiting for the others. And after some time, you all arrive. You're dropped off, I assume, because there's really not a whole lot of places to park over here that'd be good without you having to walk. Um, walk along, you see Crux and Dr. Gray sitting on a bench. The bench seems to have been cracked a bit.
I think the minute that Cal shows up, like, is in eyesight, Crux rises from this injured bench and kind of is walking with a purpose, and then isn't walking with a purpose, he's running. Maybe even a little bit of that celerity towards Cal.
As you say this, there is a man who's been basically sitting by the little rail over by the water and just kind of sitting in a hoodie, just kind of nodding his head. And then as soon as you go running, there's someone in front of you. Stop now. I will not ask twice. The face does not look like him, but you know that voice. I do not know what you intend to do, and you are not to be trusted. So I said, stop.
The minute that information is why, Crux obviously probably doesn't believe that they can move this person. Like, puts an arm, like, is basically sidestepping them. Ignoring what Razor says, realizing it's Razor, understands why Razor is doing this, and then, like, immediately deprioritizes this. And it's like, Cal!
And if I may, Cal is also walking quickly and with purpose. In the car ride, Cal was staring out the window, sitting next to Adonis in the back seat of an Uber, I imagine. And they were just staring outside at the lights with that weird flat expression. Like, there's no reflection in their eye anymore. There's no light in it. It's just flat, like someone wearing a person. Like someone wearing life inside a person.
With that said, I actually have a question now. And this is a question I probably should ask more often, but I don't ask enough. You're hopped in an Uber. All of you look quite like corpses, except maybe Dell. Are you all using Blush of Life to be around people right now?
Do I have that?
Can't. Yeah,
everyone has it.
Okay.
Blush of Life basically
It's
makes
just like
you
an
look
ambient
more
thing.
human.
Yeah.
You breathe and look natural. You have like color to your skin.
Cal's not.
Excellent. That's what I wanted to hear. I totally did.
Man, boo. I got hungrier. I'm blushing. Crushing ants.
Oh, do I need to roll?
You can choose whether or not you want to roll to look more like a person and less like a corpse.
I get hungrier. It's not great.
Excellent. And there's definitely, do this right, your driver, youngish woman, looks like she's probably in her 20s, and her athleisure, kind of looking back at the rear view periodically at Cal. She doesn't say anything, but you can see her eyes kind of like.
Question.
Yes.
I have fluent endurance. Would Blush of Life be considered like a stamina thing?
No.
No. Okay. Never mind then. Because I could re-roll that rouse check if I never fucking mind.
No, it's not a stamina thing.
I like our reaches tonight. I appreciate that.
Y'all shoot y'all shots, and I appreciate that because I am a person who shoots my shots.
Teacher,
too.
hi.
So I'm never gonna be one of those people like, hey, fuck y'all for even trying. I'm always gonna be like, I like the gumption.
Can I get a point of inspiration? Just kidding. Well, Dell's at 4 hunger, just so you guys know.
Excellent. I love this so much. Actually, what is everybody's hunger right now?
3.
3, 4, 2. Excellent. This is great for everyone here, mostly myself.
You
So
should eat our driver, Dell.
you continue. You see Crux. Razor's watching you to see if you run towards Adonis, and his hand is just ready. But if you don't go towards Adonis, he lets it go and does nothing.
Crux isn't thinking about Adonis right now. Crux is making eye contact. I mean, this would probably be the first time in the last like 24, almost 24 hours where Crux isn't thinking about Adonis. Because they see Cal. They see, like, recognizing, like.
And for the first time since they opened their phone up to call their mom, Cal's eyes kind of like crystallize and focus on you, and they kind of like jog ahead a little bit to meet you with the same speed that you meet them. And I think they kind of like put like their hands reach up to your face, and they just kind of touch your face, and then like touch behind your head and like push your heads together so their forehead is like resting against your forehead. I'm so sorry.
How long has it been? When did this happen?
While we were sleeping. They did it while we were sleeping.
Who did it? Cal.
And they pull away from you a little bit, and you know in their face that they know, and there is a violence that can only be matched by your violence in them. And there's no shame behind it. It's a clear inflection. There's no stutter in it, in how sure they are. Fred Hartman.
Are you sure?
Cal kind of turns on Razor. They don't even really seem to care. They know it's Razor. It doesn't look like Razor. It doesn't bother them right now. I'm sure. He told me he was going to. I just didn't understand what he meant.
Did he tell you that exactly? That he was going to kill your family?
Yes.
When and where?
In Ray's birthday bar. Last night. Around 2.
Razor nods his head. We would do our due diligence.
I need a favor from you. Maybe all of you. I don't know. Whatever I have to pay, I'll pay it.
He goes, I do not mean this as an offense, but there is very little that you could offer me, child.
You want me to play nice with Adonis? Live with the fact that they hurt me more than anyone else had before this day? And roll over and live with it? You want me to fuck them again? I will. I don't care.
At this, he kind of looks awkward for a second, and then he's like,
Cal seems they're not joking. They seem serious.
I don't care how well you get along. That has nothing to do with me. As long as you don't kill each other. And as he says that, he looks at Crux.
Crux literally, I think under their breath was like, I disagree.
That's what you want? I'll promise that.
What do you want?
I want every piece of information that you've ever had or ever gathered about Fred Hartman. I want to know where he goes. I want to know where he
cannot do
lives.
that.
I want to know who he loves, what he cares about. I want to know everything about him. I need to know everything about him.
Cannot.
Why not?
That. Because I cannot have a child running around in the streets trying to kill an elder Ventrue.
Why not?
And he looks at Adonis, he looks at the rest of you, looks at Vivian, and Vivian's like, get your child before they do something reckless.
She told me to reach for the stars. This is what I want. You don't want children running around the streets killing elder vampires. Why let them loose in the street in the first place?
And there's a moment he goes to yell and he goes, we did not embrace you for you to die. Do you not understand? You will die.
I will not die, and if I do, he will be dead before I am.
I will bring him before the prince if what you said is true, and he will be destroyed. If we cannot find him in this situation, there will be a blood hunt put upon him. Should our investigation find that what you said is true. But you do have to understand that this happened during the daytime, which makes it somewhat more difficult to pin on a kindred.
As a kindred who can control as many kind as he desires. He already has fingers in the Camarilla, and I'm sure you know.
When the time comes for Fred Hartman to die, you can be there. And that is all I can promise you. There are rules, and we must abide by them. For if not, what are we but savages? And I will not have my child ballying about with savages.
Razor, what are the rules exactly?
We are not allowed to kill each other without that being decreed by the prince, including the anarchs. We have a very delicate peace with them at the moment, and should one of them die without that being properly decreed under the rights of destruction, there would be war. And I will not have war in the streets.
You have to try harder than that.
Excuse me?
Nothing, oh gracious sire.
No, speak your peace.
Crux says nothing.
Then keep your mouth shut. If nothing intelligent is going to come out of it.
You don't have the knowledge doesn't make it unintelligent.
If you are smart enough to speak, then say what you actually feel.
I simply doubt that the anarchs are as trustworthy as you probably just want us to assume. Especially not Fred.
He
I
frowns
don't
when you
think
say that.
I don't think that Razor is saying that they are trustworthy.
Trustworthy, the balance, whatever.
I don't even think he's insinuating that there is actually a balance.
Sure.
Unfortunately, being Camarilla means that we have to politic a lot more than the Anarchs do. They have to do some politicking, but we are in power. That's why Razor, if it is found that Fred not only threatened Cal, but in
Threatened means nothing in the world of kindred. Truly.
more like went through with that threat, but also harmed potentially someone else in the process, another kindred in the process. What would that mean?
Dr. Gray speaks up. And she hasn't talked for a little while, but she speaks up. She says, I think you all need to understand the issue here is that it was not one of us that died. It was Kine. And Kine die all the time. I do not mean that to sound callous or uncaring, but Kine business is not our business.
Is the ballet not controlled by the Toreador Prugin? Who do you think closed the building? He's interfering in kindred business, in Camarilla business.
Is that something we execute someone for?
Cal's jaw tightens, but then they kind of readjust away from this unsatisfying line of inquiry. Back to Razor. I didn't ask for you to kill him. I asked for information about him.
So you can get yourself killed.
Then maybe he'll die. But all these fucking loopholes, he can't just... Okay.
Yet, apparently you all are privy to information that you probably shouldn't have, or if you've gotten your hands on, well done. If you know, or believe you know, that Fred Hartman has some dealings of illicit nature with the Camarilla, then those will be investigated and dealt with properly.
What do you know about
I think
Dr. Go ahead.
I think Crux
Are you
looks
gonna
over
stop
to
me?
Dell. Yeah, I think Crux looks over to Dell and, like, very sharply kind of clears their throat and just wants to kind of ask the clarifying question. Cuts her off, which is not something Crux is known to do. So it's kind of that.
Del gives you a look like, bitch. like this is just like being in fucking class when a fucking know-it-all white dude would interrupt me when I was trying to give an answer.
So, and Crux knows, feels the sting of that look, of that cut, and is like, weathers it, and kind of steps forward to kind of take almost the spotlight of a Razor's attention. So you're saying he can die if we prove that he is a threat to the Camarilla, yes?
That is not what I said.
But that's what is between the lines. Am I wrong?
Again, you are making your own conclusions off of things that you have not been told. And he goes, there is a part of me right now who wants to shake the shit out of every single one of you. Not because you have done something wrong, but there is so much that you don't understand. And I am trying to protect you.
If I can be bold, sir, we're not going to understand it if you just speak in riddles all the time.
There was no riddle. We are investigating Fred Hartman. If Fred Hartman is to be found to have done something worthy of his head, then that is what we shall do.
How long
Is
does
that
an
not
investigation
clear?
usually take?
As long as it needs to.
And if
When
you
you are
don't?
when you are calling for someone's head, particularly of someone who is virtually immortal, you cannot fuck it up.
I'm willing to wait.
As long
It
as
doesn't
it
need to
takes.
be tomorrow. It just needs to happen.
And then there's honestly a look of sympathy in his eyes, and he says, I wish I could promise you your vengeance, child. I truly do. But I cannot. That is up to the prince and the sheriff.
No, it's whether or not you promise it to me, I will get it. And there's not emotion in Cal's face, there is just sheer and utter conviction and belief. And in a sick, strange kind of way, that was what Dr. Gray had asked Calliope to chase. To reach for it. And Cal kind of finally looks over at Dr. Gray after saying the last piece to Razor, not dismissing what he had to say, but reasserting their own truth into it as well.
Roll me wits and insight.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Do I have to? I'm scared.
the question I ask all
Jesus!
the time.
All four of them. 4 out of 4.
Yeah,
All successes?
Yeah,
Yes,
one's a crit,
bitch.
but just the one.
Okay. So
yeah,
you look
crit
at
on that bitch. Sorry.
Vivian, and there's a moment where she looks at you. She looks at Razor. And as soon as Razor kind of turns his attention away from you, she just kind of nods her head. Because remember what she told you about pain. She sees it in you now. Possibly more than she ever saw when you were doing ballet. How could she be upset with you for that? How possibly could she be mad at you for feeling those feelings, feeling that hurt? And it's all in this look. She doesn't have to say it. You know it as well as she does. Embrace it. Use it.
Like she embraced me. Her blood
She
is mine.
embraced you. And then Razor goes, I'm sorry that this wasn't as satisfying as you all would liked it to be. But I need you to protect yourselves in the coming nights. I understand that there is some cultish activity. Cult activity going
I
on
heard
within
you.
the city. I do not know all the details. Looks to Adonis. Perhaps I will learn them in the future. But for now, know that the prince is doing her absolute best to make sure that this situation is settled. While we do not care, and he says that, and those are air quotes, care about the kind, we will not take attacks towards our people in any way, shape, or form. Lying down.
Why do you bring up cult activity in relation to this?
Because we believe the cult is also abducting people close to our people.
Why would you assume that?
He says, you use assume. I use belief.
Belief
Perhaps
is an
I should have
assumption.
said, with certainty, I know that some of our people on the ground have been taken.
You don't think maybe they went voluntarily?
He smiles at this. It's kind of, the mask almost slips a little bit because it's kind of crooked in a way, but it's kind of charming in its own way too. And he goes, I don't care. You don't just get to leave and say nothing when you're a part of the Camarilla.
I look at Crux. Because Crux cut me off before. But it seems to me that they are talking about Kasani. And I look to see if he's going to stop me again.
And Crux looks at you and exchanges the kind of knowing look, and then kind of nods to Razor, and then points at himself.
As in to say,
That information
needs to stay with you.
No, that the Razor knowing that information more has something to do with him.
With Crux or with
Yes,
Razor?
with Crux.
So I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Okay.
Can I possibly incite these sneaky
Jesus
bitches?
Christ.
You
Prerogative.
absolutely
We
can.
literally just haven't had the time to tell you.
No, literally.
Because, you know,
I
we got
love
home.
this.
And then
Y'all
you
have
was-
been
and then you was-
disrespecting my dad the entire time with your
I'm
little
not-
freedom fighter questions.
What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna
What are you
stand for this.
First of all, Adonis, your interpretation of disrespect is a you problem, baby. Delaney's been nothing but
I
respectful.
wish we all could speak to each other's
She was just
minds.
asking because she got her coteries back, bitch.
I'm going to blood buff so I can have 2 extra dice.
You know what? What do I got to roll to fucking to go against this? Because fuck you, Vin. I'm doing this is specifically for Vin that I'm
Since you're hiding something, which y'all are, manipulation and subterfuge, or I'll also allow manipulation and streetwise, so I'm stretching streetwise a little bit.
I succeeded my rouse check, storyteller.
Good job.
I lost a die. Hold
This
on.
is the most Adonis
Uh,
shit ever, by the way. I just need y'all to know. This
I
is
wanna
so
be
fitting for this
involved.
character. Hey, somebody lying? I'm the only one who can lie around here.
Exactly. I'm going to spin a willpower.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh wait. Jesus
1,
Christ! I
2,
just
3,
realized.
4.
6 successes.
What's wrong with you?
I'm gonna rouse. Pray that I don't get hungry because I'm about to be the messy bitch at 5. How about that? Y'all gonna have to deal with me for fucking once.
Ooh. Oh, they got what to do. It's messy.
Oh, that fucking
Damn.
cocked. Okay.
Did you get hungrier?
You got hungrier, didn't you?
I did.
I love it.
Rousing gives you 2 more die.
2 more dice. We're gonna deal with that 5 hunger shortly, though. Don't you worry.
I didn't beat Adonis. It took me, I don't know why my brain just blanked out your name for a second. I almost called you Vin. I was just like, it's not Vin. They would have named the character after themselves. What?
Actually, we'll talk about that later.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You extra messy
Not,
bitch.
not with me, though. Not in a game with me, bitch. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. I rebuke it.
It is Wednesday.
Okay. So, success here does not mean you know what they're lying about or what they're keeping.
Yeah.
But it definitely means you know that there's some kind of bullshit language that's happening between them, and they're absolutely keeping a secret right now that they look like they were about to talk about and then stopped.
Yeah,
Dal's about to talk about it, and then she quickly shuts the fuck up.
Into which
You clock
they
this.
look between the two. No, say it. There's something you're not saying.
Have you considered that we're not saying it for a fucking reason?
No, actually. I think in the presence of
Typical.
Harvey,
Typical.
you know,
What?
my apologies, please question them.
He looks to Vivian. Then he looks back to you all. He says, "It would be preferable if you all spoke truth while we are here, because forcing truths is usually an uncomfortable experience."
Sure.
Well,
Fine.
maybe sometimes people aren't in the position to tell the truth, even if they want to say it. And you, I think you see,
And-
Del. I think everybody sees Del. Del is usually very fucking composed and very fucking polite, and now all of a sudden she is being very short and snippy. And y'all could probably tell there's something wrong.
Oh yeah,
But she's
everybody
trying
can tell.
literally trying to hold it together, but not doing a very good job of it.
Oh shit! I think your friend is a little bit famished.
Famished? Annoyed? And tired.
Crux, what is it?
Fine. I'm just doing the mental math of who we can probably trust and who
You can't trust anyone, but I'm here.
Congratulations, you figured it the fuck out. Yeah, because I talked to Ben earlier, as I'm sure you know, and now you know.
I am aware that the sheriff had a discussion with you, but I do not know about what.
And that, again, is like another notch in the book.
I assume this revolves around the cult, considering context clues.
Yes. Do you know? Now, Razor, I'm going to ask you a question that I hope you can at least answer so that we can have a conversation. What cult are you referring to when you say there was a cult in the city?
The Bahari. There's also the Church of Cain.
Zoe and Crux are trying to remember. That's the one that what's her face.
The Bahari is the one that we
Is the one.
talked to. Yes, that's the Lilith cult.
Okay.
They are usually going hand in hand in most cities, fighting each other like children having a tantrum.
Sure. And going willingly does not matter if you leave the Camarilla unceremoniously. Correct.
And he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, you think we're talking about kindred? Just kindred. The Bahari have taken our people in positions of power, the kind.
Got you.
And with that, we're going to take a little break.
Smash cut to that guy being tortured.
I was just about to be like, hold on.
Like that Cal
Apparently, we're
absolutely heard
paying attention.
that Cal and
I was gonna be
Adonis
like,
absolutely heard
hold on.
screaming in the background. Like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, super glad I asked Razor. I got some questions after this.
So we're going to take a short break. Be back in
That was
around
good.
7 to 10 minutes. So stay tuned for the rest of the episode. See y'all soon.